This video will share information and suggestions about creating and using travel agent plan-to-go agreements in 2022 and beyond. And my name is Joni Ogg. The world certainly has changed during the last 2 years in the travel industry. The cruise industry shut down, supplier bankruptcies took place, entire countries shut their borders, cancellation after cancellation, future travel credits in lieu of refunds, and it isn't over yet. As COVID wears on, it is becoming obvious that we will be living in this environment for some time to come. The pandemic also wreaked havoc on travel agents who were unprepared for the chaos that ensued once the shutdown occurred. Clients who were canceled and offered future travel credits in lieu of refunds by companies like Shore Trips ended up not receiving a thing from suppliers after they either ceased operations or worse, simply refused to honor the future travel credits by having them expire. All the time, the travel agent was providing valuable services to their clients, generally with no payment. And while plan-to-go agreements were gaining traction by travel agents, the COVID pandemic simply accelerated their functionality and use. It also increased their scope by including more disclosures. Deciding to use a plan-to-go agreement really depends on the situation. If it is a new client, by all means use it. If the client has a poor track record with your agency in terms of requesting prices but not booking, by all means use it. If the client is requesting a lengthy itinerary that will require hours of your time to complete, by all means use it. Or if a client seems flaky in any way, by all means use one. Plan-to-go agreements should be used in every instance where the possibility exists that you might perform work on behalf of a client not to have it result in a booking. Many times, clients will request pricing and consultation regarding a future travel event, only to have you do the work, and then the client takes the results that you produced and shops it on the internet and books it with another agency, directly with the supplier, or on sites like Airbnb, VRBO, and a myriad of others. Plan-to-go agreements allow you to collect deposits for the work you are about to do, that if the work does not result in a booking with your agency, you do not go unrewarded for your efforts. The COVID pandemic only exacerbated the issue as clients' vacations were canceled and requesting refunds was almost impossible as suppliers opted for future travel credits, which were handled by agents who were paid nothing for the work. And then when companies who issued future travel credits in lieu of refunds went bankrupt, clients held travel agents responsible for the lost investment. And so it went and continues to go, and no one knows when this will all settle down. Hence, the need for rock-solid plan-to-go agreements is now necessary in 2022 and beyond. Imagine going to an attorney who examines your situation and then advises you as to the exact solution that you will need to seek. What if he or she did not request a retainer and did the work for free? You could then take the information the attorney provided and shop for the result the attorney described based on price on the internet. And I'm sure that you can see why lawyers always have a signed client agreement and collect a retainer before starting the necessary research on behalf of the client. If the client decides to shop for the solution once the attorney has concluded his or her assessment and advised the client, the retainer would be used to compensate the attorney for their labor and advice. This is the benefit of using travel agent plan-to-go agreements. Travel professionals are put into the same situation when a client asks an agent to research their vacation. Once the agent understands the client's needs and wants, they can drill down to the right choice for the client's consideration. This work takes time, effort, and a depth of knowledge to focus on the perfect match for the client. Once the client knows the exact product, date, and category, they might be tempted to shop for the best possible price. Unfortunately, if the travel professional has not garnered a retainer from the client by using a travel agent plan-to-go agreement, it's quite likely that his or her efforts might go unrewarded if the client ends up booking online for a perceived discount. This is where a travel agent plan-to-go agreement should enter the relationship between the travel professional and the client. A travel agent plan-to-go agreement is different from a service fee agreement in that the travel professional is requesting a deposit from the client that will be used as the travel agent's financial remuneration should the client not conclude the booking with the agency. Generally, a travel agent plan-to-go agreement deposit, or part of it, is used for the purpose of either the deposit or as part of the final payment towards the client's vacation if the booking is given to the agent and a commission is earned. However, each agent may have their own formula for their travel agent plan-to-go agreement. Now, the best time to introduce your plan-to-go agreement is at the very first meeting with the client. In this way, you collect a deposit before you actually start working on a vacation for the client. Explain that you will research and report your findings to the client, who is then free to shop the internet for competitive prices. If he or she subsequently books the vacation with you, you will apply the deposit towards their final payment. This is the best way to protect yourself from working without financial gain. While some agents have separate plan-to-go agreements specifically for the purpose of collecting deposits, it is much better to also include your disclosure statements that includes your agency disclosure, infectious disease disclosure, and insurance acceptance or rejection at the same time and on the same document. To download a sample travel agent plan-to-go agreement and agency disclosure, you can see the full article at www.homebasetravelagentt.com. Thank you for watching this short tutorial. We hope that you've enjoyed it. Why not give it a like or a share? And if you would like to know when we release future tutorials, just subscribe to our channel.